So, according to half of Reddit and quite a few news platforms, the Osaka Expo isn't really living up to that hype. And I gotta say, after visiting it myself, I can definitely see where some of these opinions are coming from. Now, if you don't know what the Expo is, don't worry, I didn't either until pretty recently. It's this global, massive event where countries come together to show off tech, culture, and big ideas. It only happens once every 5 years, and this time, Japan is hosting it with the theme Designing Future Society for Our Lives. Now, to be fair, I didn't go in expecting the experience of a lifetime because the only other time that I interacted with the expo was when my family left me home alone back in 2010 for the Shanghai Expo, which resulted in me calling the cops because I was home alone and I thought someone was breaking in. But that's a story for another time. Anyways, in this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know from getting to the expo, the tickets, reservation system, food, drinks, and of course, some of the pavilions that I've saw, some which were impressive and others not so much. All right, let's get right into it. So let's start on how to get to the Osaka Expo. Getting to the Osaka Expo is pretty easy and straightforward. The venue is located on an artificial island called Yumeshima. The expo has two main entrances, the east entrance, which is dedicated for the train, and the west entrance for the buses. We took the train since we were staying nearby Osaka Station, which I think is also the easiest option. The Osaka Metro Chuo line was extended just for the expo, and so this brand new Yumeshima station was built. You can hop on the train at Homachi Station in central Osaka and ride it straight to the end of the line, which takes about 30 minutes and costed us about 500-600 yen. But if you fancy taking a bus, there are direct shuttle buses that run from major stations like Osaka Station, Namba, Shin Osaka, and the airports as well. Taking the bus will probably take you up to 45 minutes depending on the station you board on. And also, it's a more expensive option, running you up to 2,500 yen depending on where you board. So it started to rain and we're in line for the expo, so everyone's popping up their umbrellas. It's hilarious. Okay, so one note is that when you purchase a ticket, you have to reserve a time to go into the expo. So each person has, morning, afternoon, or nighttime, or whatever. We reserved for the noon time, and we got here just for noon, and it seems like there is a big line to get in. So do come prepared and expect to wait in line to get into the expo. I think it will be at least an hour. And of course, if you're coming in rainy season, bring an umbrella. All right, let's talk tickets. There's actually quite a few different ticket options for the Osaka Expo, but I'll focus on the main ones. For your standard one-day ticket costs 7,500 yen for adults. They also have weekday-only tickets, which is a bit cheaper at 6,000 yen. And I would say this is a better option if you're traveling to Japan because it'll generally be less crowded than the weekends. They also have a night ticket, which lets you enter the venue after 5 p.m. for 3,700 yen. But I personally would not recommend this if your plan is to see as much as possible. Lastly, they also have a summer pass available for those who want to go in multiple times, and I think this is great for saving money. But please note that this is only valid starting from July 19th to August 31st. All right, how can I buy tickets? So you can actually buy tickets in advance on the official website, and that's actually the way I would recommend you doing. Same-day tickets are available at the venue as well, but it's highly recommended to buy online ahead of time if you can. And I'll go into a little bit more detail as to why that is the case. I only got into the expo. It wasn't too bad. It took about 36 minutes, way shorter than I thought it would take. But it did rain a couple of times while we were in line, so everyone was just like panicking and opening up their umbrellas. But finally we're in, so let's take a look at what we have to explore here. All right, so now that you're inside, you might think, okay, let's get a map and we'll walk around. Well, to my surprise, paper maps actually cost 200 yen. And I think that's maybe their way of trying to save the environment or something. But fortunately, the official Osaka Expo app includes an interactive map. But with that being said, it is very laggy and can be confusing to navigate sometimes. The expo is huge. It's about 155 hectares, which is about half the size of Central Park in New York City. So you'll probably need to plan accordingly. And that plan revolves around the pavilions and exhibitions. There are 3 different types of pavilions. Number 1, the signature pavilions. So these are special curated experiences designed by top Japanese creators. They often go into the Expo's main theme through art, science, and technology. These are really popular and unique, so they often require a reservation system through a lottery. Number 2 are private company pavilions. So these pavilions are ones that are hosted by Japanese companies and other international organizers. They showcase innovative technologies and stuff through their own efforts. These may require advanced booking, but some are definitely walk-in friendly. And lastly, of course, country pavilions. These are the ones that are built and designed by the participating country from all around the world. They highlight their culture, innovations, and vision for the future. We're now lining up for the UAE pavilion. That was the first one we're checking out. We're checking out this one first just because the line is relatively shorter than all the other ones that we've seen so far. Oh, okay. Wow. We're in the UAE pavilion, as you can see. The structure is really beautiful, but I don't know what's going on here. It's different sands of the UAE. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Looks like they have Arabic coffee over there. Coffee! Arabic coffee.
We have food.
My.
You should be in line.
Oh, so we were fooled.
Yeah.
Welcome to Canada, where we are supporting LGBTQ+. Okay, we cannot go into Canada because they are at capacity.
You should show your passport.
Yeah. I'm not allowed in my home country. So my other tip is that you gotta make sure you reserve in advance for some of the pavilions. So some of these pavilions require a couple months in advance. Some you can reserve a week, you reserve in advance. And also that doesn't mean you're guaranteed into the reservation line because it's a lottery-based system, unfortunately. So Canada was one of them where they require reservations only, and you cannot line up for today. So do keep that in mind when you do come here. Nordic Circle. Okay, so far this experience has been a little bit of a shit show. Just with the sheer number of people, it's raining. The fact that you cannot even go into some pavilions without a reservation in advance. And that reservations are not even guaranteed. What is the point of coming to the expo? I want to ask. I guess I would never know. Taking a break. I'm gonna try this. There are a bunch of food options around the expo, with some pavilions even offering restaurants to try out. We went to the general food court where you can order a variety of Japanese meals. We got takoyaki, karaage, and I would say the flavor was not bad. For meals here, you can probably expect to pay anywhere between 1,500 yen to 2,000 yen. Snacks, they're typically priced between 500 to over 1,000 yen. And for drinks, you're probably looking at a range between $200 for a bottle of water to 1,000 for something more special. I thought that these prices are fair and expected at places like the Expo. Okay, now we're entering the Czechia Pavilion.
説明します。チェコ館はチェコの木材とチェコのガラスから建てられました。自分はチェコから 持ってきました。
Alright. Oh wait, that's Wizard Lips. This is some weird ass pavilion. We're just going around in circles. And there are just like weird ass artworks on the wall. But I love it. Honestly, I don't get it. I don't know what I'm looking at. But at least we're inside from the rain. Motherland! Okay, so now we are lining up for the Chinese pavilion. Thankfully, there are no reservations required. That is like a 3D transparent glass screen. Crazy, and it's just transparent. China.
Saw 28 million souls and sparked economic flames worth 92 trillion yen. A grand stage, indeed, where mortals spend fortunes. And I merely laugh, for who needs gold when you have gibbons? Huh?
The Chinese pavilion was probably the best that we've seen so far. Hey? Lots of cultural themes and inspiration. I think they did a really good job designing that. It felt very modern, but yet historical. So we are now in the line for Korea. Unfortunately, the lines for France and Germany were super long and the queue has ended. And unfortunately, those two are the most popular ones here. So yeah, we're just gonna make the best of what we can in this rain, as you can see.
So what is the most important thing for us? Okay, good.
Money. Where should we stand? What's going on? Oh my god.
관람객의 날씨와 수소 연료와의 화학 반응과 기꺼이 수이소된 용화化学反応を起こして chemical reaction between visitors' breath and hydrogen fuel, representing a vital source of life.
What?
할아버지 그렸네? 확인해봐야겠다.
We are heading to the Saudi Arabia Pavilion. I hope that we can line up and get in because I heard this one is like really good. And given by like how much resources Saudi Arabia has as a country, my expectations are high. Oh, I think we found it. No, that's Uzbekistan. Honestly, coming here is like no joke. Make sure you're mentally and physically prepared to deal with the people. I think we are here. Oh my god, this is the line. Oh my god, the line for Saudi jet. How long are we looking at?
About 50.
52 an hour?
50 to 1 hour wait.
Okay, and this is Saudi. Look at the line, yo. Thank you. These names are so interesting. Neon.
Osaka is like city created a city. Wow. Oh my god. So now we are on top of the what is this called, rooftop of the expo, and we're just gonna be here until the sun sets so we can see every building at night, and you can just walk along here and enjoy the breeze. Maybe a little bit too much breeze.
So to wrap up my experience here at the Osaka Expo, honestly, it wasn't the best. I couldn't see a few of the pavilions I really wanted to, the reservation was chaotic, and some parts of the venue were just way too overcrowded and exhausting to get through. But it also wasn't the worst. There were some really amazing pavilions, creative exhibitions, and the architecture in general was just really impressive. You can definitely tell a lot of thought and money went into the design. Now, would I fly all the way here just for the expo? Probably not. But if you're already in Osaka or traveling around Japan and you've got a day or two to spare, I think it might be worth checking it out, especially if you're into international culture, unique spaces, and don't mind a little bit of chaos. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to go or if you've already been. What was your experience like? Please like, subscribe, and share this with someone debating whether to go. I'll catch you in the next one.